Alright, well, this is my first video. Let's see kind of how this goes for us today. Trying this out to see if I can do this. As you can tell, I'm probably a little bit nervous. I have no idea um, how to work OBS, or even if even my captures are working. Let's test it out. Oh, I guess not. Let's see here. Alright, yeah, seems okay. So we'll test that out again. Let's see. If I pull it up first. Ah, there we go. Let's go. So as you can see, I'm new here. Trying something out new. It's probably going to be the most raw, unedited, well, probably a little edited, or most raw video that we've seen here. Um, Sorry if you hear any background sounds because I don't have the best setup so far since I'm pretty much new to this. Just a little preface about myself. Real world general aviation pilot. A few hundred hours. Not in this specific plane here, but in a Cessna. And training to become an airline pilot, hopefully one day. As of right now, I've currently hold a private pilot's license alongside an instrument rating. This flight today might be an instrument flight. As we look at the weather outside, it's pretty much instrument conditions out there. Let's see if I can get my camera together. It's whoa, look at that guy. Scary. Anyways, it's instrument conditions. We're probably going to be IMC today, unless somehow we can avoid it. But today, we're located in a very so lovely A2A Comanche here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Sorry if that camera's all twitchy there. It's just Microsoft 2024. I don't know how to really slow down the camera as of yet. Today, there's a little preface. This tail number won't match the one that I'm going to use while talking ATC, and of course it changed. Oh, this is a disaster already. So we're going to use this tail number right here, and yeah, hopefully it's a good flight. So it'll be November 024 Sierra Bravo. Our 4 Sierra Bravo will be our call sign for short. So just give me a sec while I type that into say intentions AI, ATC. Also, we're going to be using them today. So we're November 024 Sierra Bravo. Which is an easy way to do this. November, so it'll be 0. Let me actually type it in correctly. That way we have no issues while we do this. So 0, it'll be 2 4 Sierra Bravo. So that's our call sign. Our short call sign would be 4 Sierra Bravo. So I'll type that in, 4 Sierra Bravo. Yeah, so besides that, I mean, I'm just here to try it out. Try out the whole flight sim, I guess, community. Um, I'm not here really on behalf of my real world flight training. Um, are here to play the part of a pilot influencer. I'm just here recording my passion. I've been flight simming for about a few years now. Over, let's say, I've been flight simming before I started flying in real life. I've been flight simming since I think 2018, 2017, around that area. That's when I got my real first flight sim. And yeah, I've been doing it ever since. Love to see all the new technology and stuff coming to flight sim. It's a good thing. I just like to see it. Um, yeah, and hopefully I can be entertaining. Hopefully I'm not too boring. I try to flight sim as realistic as possible, hence why I'm in the A2A Comanche. Um, I don't fly this plane in the real world, so if I do something wrong, it, please let me know. I don't fly this plane in the real world. At the end of the day, it is a flight sim. Even though I'm trying to do it as realistic as possible, it is a simulator. And yeah, um, yeah, I don't have a lot of instrument time inside of this specific plane. or even in a six pack. I guess you can call me a G1000 warrior. I did all my instrument in a G1000, so it might be a little shaky. Honestly, I kind of want to avoid IMC in the first place, especially in this plane. The autopilot isn't the best for IMC. You gotta hand fly a lot of stuff. But besides that, let's see if we can get started here. So first things first, we're gonna go through a brief, and we're gonna sit here and kind of treat it like if we were flying this in real life. So one sec while I pull up for flight. You like that transition, huh? Nice. All right, so today we're going from New Smyrna, which is KEVB, to Kilo Sierra Golf Juliet, which is St. Augustine, Florida. Um, I want to say St. Augustine, Florida is one of the oldest cities in the whole United States. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I've heard that somewhere. So first things first, we'll look at temporary flight restrictions, or TFRs. Do we have any? It's inactive during our passing time, nor are we going that far north to Jacksonville, so we'll skip that. So unsafe are NOTAMs. So right now we have New Smyrna runway 11 and 29 is closed. So we'll keep that in mind, especially for say attention's AI, so that way they don't give us a wrong runway. Um, and yeah, convective segments. I'm actually located in Florida. We've been raining all day. I think it finally stopped, but it left behind some low ceiling, so we're having to deal with that on our way up to St. Augustine today. So this is active. We're going to keep this in mind. There's thunderstorms all over Florida as if we were to go here and check it out. This is what I dealt with all day today. So there's still a little bit lingering. Doesn't look like it should really affect us. It's kind of pushing off to the east coast, off into the ocean there. So maybe by the time we get out there, it should be a fish storm. A little build up down here that is coming kind of towards us, but we'll keep an eye on it. All right, back to our briefing. Let's see. I hate that this is reloading the briefing, but bear with me. All right, so airmits. We have an IFR airmit. Obviously, today might be an IFR flight. Synopsis. So we'll just quickly go through this. Cold front pushed through, pushed that warm, moist air up, and this is why we have all this rain in the most simplest terms. So our current weather right now, and this was posted on the 13th day at, let's see, 0047 Zulu. Right now it's 0124 Zulu, so almost an hour ago. Its winds are 170 at 8 knots, 10 nautical miles of visibility, scattered clouds at 2,000, scattered 5,500, temperature 22, dew points 22 as well. So we're expecting either clouds or fog. As we can see, we have mostly clouds. As we look through here, pretty much all of Florida, going from south up to north, all the way even up to way up north in Jacksonville, we have marginal VFR conditions here. There's Spruce Creek right there. So Spruce Creek is, well, they don't report clouds, so we just look at, so Daytona's reporting broken 2,500, broken to 20,000. So yeah, we're probably going to be in the clouds today. Let's see, at our destination airport, the winds are pretty much the same, a little different. 160 at 10 knots, clear skies up there, but they have light in distance to the northwest, which coincides with the weather that we just seen right off of Jacksonville. So for pirates, let's see if there's anything that really has to do with us. I think it's just people describing the conditions right now. So this guy's scattered 700. That's pretty low. I'll look at our charts here. It's right now it's 0126 Zulu, so we're probably going to stick to this chart. So yeah, as we can see here, we have clouds. So I'm just quickly go through thunderstorms, clouds. Probably not a good day to fly, but we're going. For our TAFs, take a look here. We're saying IFR at K and RB. I'm not sure where that's at, but I don't even think it's along our route right now. It's probably somewhere nearby. Craig is already up north. Sanford right here. Space Coast. So all these airports pretty much seem to be outside of our way. The TAF that we're looking at here, 1300 our 000 to 2400 Zulu, 150 at 9 knots, greater than 6 miles. There's showers in the vicinity and it's broken 2,500. I have us planned cruise at 3,500, but we'll see how that works out for us. Wind chart, um, it's a nice chart. It's kind of useless in my opinion. This chart is useless too. So, looking at winds aloft, winds are out of the, let's see, so that would be about the southwest. Let's see, I believe southwest. And we have pretty strong, I don't say tailwinds here. And this is all real life stuff that we don't really have to worry about inside the sim. Alright, so with our briefing complete, we'll start our pre-flight, we'll get the weather, and we'll head out. Let's get it. Alright, so back over here to our sim. Alright, so right now in real life it is dark outside. It's not this light outside. But I didn't want to do this flight at nighttime. I wanted everyone, he keeps scaring me. Holy crap. I wanted everyone to see what I was seeing. Alright, so we're going to start our pre-flight. So first things first, in the Comanche, you kind of want to get rid of your bungee cord, gust locks, I guess you can call them here. You want to get rid of those, and then we're going to drop the flaps so we can inspect them. Also, I like to be realistic. We can't face the door in real life, so I'm going to open the door. I like to have the windows open for engine start as well. Alright, so checklist. So as we see here, checklist pre-flight will complete. So we do a walk around, come out here, we'll check our flaps. Looking for unusual movement or unusual sounds here. So obviously in real life we can't move the flaps outside the plane, but we'll do it. So yeah, they're alright. But first, as I backtrack, let's take a look at our engine and our plane status. So as of right now, according to A2A, and this is something that you can't see in real life, but I think it's so cool. This plane is just so cool. I have an auction plane that I fixed. We have tons of hours on the frame, tons of hours on the engine. But this plane runs like a beauty, in my opinion. Next, we'll inspect. We have one issue with our electric fuel pump. Until it starts to give us real issues inside the plane, I'm going to leave it. Because in real life, unless you get an AMP to inspect your whole engine, you can't have this. Once it starts to act up in a real plane, or in, well, not the real plane, but our plane, I'll fix it. As I would in real life. Alright, we'll take a look here. Make sure my flight controls work. And if anyone's wondering, I would use a Honeycomb Bravo throttle with custom 3D printed, I guess you can say, attachments to go along with it. I have a Boeing TCA yoke. I also have a Stream Deck XL, so I am able to do cool things like turn on the lights without having to click it. So yeah, that's all pretty much I have. I have my iPad here set up with ForeFlight. That way, I also have it set up with a application that allows the sim data to be broadcasted to my actual ForeFlight data, so I can see the moving maps. It gives me alerts and everything as it would in the real world, but with flight sim data. So I find that pretty cool. But enough rambling. We'll come back to our engine. It looks good. Electrical system, battery's good. Everything's good. So let's go back out to the walk around. Like I said before, we're checking for unusual sounds. It looks good to me. Our aileron, we want to make sure it's moving like it should be. And now I just want to test my actual flight control. Alright, there we go. So we'll check for freedom. Tip tanks, right now, I don't think we have anything inside of the tip tank. I don't carry it. Because right now I'm doing like a, I guess, ownership tour of Florida. And there's nothing in here as well, so we're not going to sump that. Our landing light looks clear. Our leading edge looks good. We'll take off this tie down. We'll check our fuel. We know we have fuel in here. I think left tank is way less than this tank, so we'll take off on the right tank too and monitor the balance evenly. I believe it's a pretty big imbalance that we have going. Yeah, 18 gallons versus 29. So yeah, we'll use our right tank, this tank, for now. Alright, so here, chocks we don't need. Inspect our gear. We're looking for any I don't think A2A simulates it, but in real life, looking for any like dead spots, any tread of the tire showing, and then we want to make sure we don't have any hydraulic fluid leaking or anything similar. Alright, so we want to sump our fuel. We're looking for water. It's been raining all day, but thankfully we don't have any water inside of our fuel tanks. And just spare me 1 sec, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Alrighty, let's continue. Let's get in the air already, right? Alright, so we're checking our prop, make sure it looks good, no rags or anything, which I think A2A simulates. Let's check out oil, pretty important to keep our engine running. Make sure we're not like due for oil change or anything similar. Alright. Next, let's check our tank, make sure that there's non-contaminants. We'll see how much in there. As we can see, there's much less in here than the other one, because my last flight from down south, I've used almost all of the left tank for the full flight. Alright, so chalked off. Same thing here. We'll skip it just for sim purposes. Take this off. That's cold. We're good. Heat is so freaking scary. It's not even funny. We should name him. Let's name him like Tony or something. Yeah, Tony, can you move back, man? Get out of the way. Oh shit. Ah man. Alright, so lights are good, tip tanks are good. We don't have anything in there. I don't have any fuel in there, it's not required. Alright, so check that. Check this. Static port should be clear of any bugs or anything. This tail number isn't going to match tail number inside the plane. I think I mentioned that before, but just for anyone. I don't really know how to get it to match inside of the plane. I know it can do it, but I don't know how. So if anyone can explain that, much appreciated. I want to check for freedom of movement of our stabulator. Is what this is called. Not an elevator, but a stabulator, I believe. Probably wrong for all I know. Trim tab is good. We can move our trim to see if it actually moves. So yeah, it's moving. See, slightly moved there. Anyways, check the rudder. Check our antennas at the top here. Looks good to me. Static port's good. Here, yeah, we're fully loaded because I'm going on I guess a virtual trip around Florida, and that's our pre-flight complete. And sorry if you hear any noise in the background, that's my dog. I have a dog. He's doing dog things. Alright, so let's get this plane started. We're going to close the door. Make sure we actually close it correctly. And then let's get into our checklist. So passengers are briefed, seatbelts are secured, control lock is removed, parking brake will come here and set. It's already set. I had it set from last time, but we'll pull it again and have it set. Let's see where we're at. Gear switch is down, flaps will put up. Radios are off, autopilot master is off, avionics is off, blah blah blah. Electrical switches are off, rotating beacon is going to go on via my stream deck. Alright, next we're going to start up our engine. And also, honestly, I want to put in my flight plan before we start our engine. So I'm going to do master on, avionics on, and then let's just start it up. Or put in our flight plan. So as I said before, as I briefed before, our flight plan, I don't even think I showed the flight plan. Let's probably do that. Alright, so let's get into that. Let's see. Alright, so for our flight plan, pretty simple. When I originally planned this, I planned it using VFR stuff, so I wanted to stay clear of Daytona airspace. So I went to direct to DeLand and then to Dewson. From Dewson to Flagler, which will be at 3,500 feet, which overflying the airport is fine. Its airspace ends at 1,500 feet. And then just basically from there all the way up to St. Augustine. Since we're going to be IFR today, due to this lovely weather, we will follow whatever ATC gives us and clears us for, and we got to get out of here because this weather right here is pushing right towards our direction of flight today. Alright, so let's quickly put in our flight plan. So we're coming out of New Smyrna. Let's see, so KEVB, Okay, I thought I put that in wrong. I swear I did. And we're going direct to the land, which is DED. Then Deucin, Flagler, which is KFIN. And then we're going from Flagler direct to St. Augustine, which we should be clear of any. There's no airspace in between there, so we should be all good here. Alright. I'm not going to do any of the VNAV stuff. I can do that within the flight. We just want to go. I don't want to use too much of our battery. So we have a little rain here. Deucin. Of course, it messed it up. So let's go back in here and see what we messed up here. So why is the land down here? So let's remove that. Let's see, insert after, and then KDED. And this should now be correct looking. Yep. So you see, I kind of tried to avoid Charlie and the deltas here, but it doesn't really matter if we're IFR now. But just to be courteous. All right. So next, we're going avionics off, master off. Alright, so as we move on, let's see here. Alright, so next we're going to start our engine. So fuel selector, we'll do a desired tank. I believe we want to be on the right tank today. So we're going to turn this tank off and put this one on the right main tank. So that should be off. We're on the main tank. Confirm, because our tip tanks are empty and our engine would start with an empty tank. Alright, so next we're going to go mixture rich. I'm doing it. We're going to do crack the throttle and prop will go full forward. Carb heat is off, master will go on. Fuel pump is going to go on. We're going to check our fuel pressure. Make sure we have some with our electric, our aux fuel pump, I guess they'll call it. And there it is coming up there. So we don't have to let it rise all the way. Well, I guess we would. Good measures. There it is. I'm going to turn that off. Alright, so next, fuel pump, fuel pressure, fuel pump back off. And we'll prime our engine. So we'll give it some good strokes here. Sounds fun, right? Good strokes. 2 strokes. 3 strokes. We'll do 4 strokes for today. Don't want to overstroke them. Alright, so mags will go to both. I can do it on my Steam Deck, and then we'll start our engine. Whoops. Clear prop. And now we start our engine. Let's see what she gives us today. Oh, there she is. Ooh, she's alive. Alright, we'll bring back to about 1200 RPM. And we check our engine instruments. Oil pressure is good. Oil temp is rising. Cylinder head temp is also going to rise. We don't want to foul our spark plug, so we're going to lean our mixture. So essentially, I'm going to just lean it until it starts to drop out on me. And now we're going to go back up, quickly back in, and in there. That's a lean engine. And set it to about 1000 RPM. Mixture is lean, and engine start checklist complete. Do our taxi checklist. Our primer is locked. Avionics master will go on. I don't know why it bumped up like that. That's kind of weird. Alright, so we want a positive charge here. So we'll add some load to it with the landing lights to see if it even does anything. See? Yep. We're getting our alternator works fine. Alright, so radios, I guess we can turn those on. They're already on. Transponder we'll leave for now because we're going to get an IFR clearance. Do we even need an IFR? Let's see. Let's look outside right now. I should probably take an IFR clearance. And there's Tony over here not moving out of the way, but we'll just smack him out of the way. Alright, and let's see, where were we? So for now, I'm going to come over here, and our oil is telling us that our oil temp is low, so we'll just run up the engine. We'll keep it at 1200 for now. Let it get warmed up properly. But we can clear that warning. It will fix itself. Alright, so next, we'll clear that. Honestly, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Don't mind me. I'm gonna update that. It's right anyway. We haven't even refilled our fuel at all, so it's right. So technically, we didn't cheat. Let's see, avionics. So we already have this set up here. For IFR, I would like to be like this. Just more visibility of what's around. And then I also want to bring this down. Yep, that's about what I want there. Cool. Alright, we'll go back. Alright, so let's go through our checklist here. We're not going to taxi yet because we got to get an IFR clearance. So we'll still set up our plane. So I'm going to cheat. click the B key, the magic B key, and the magic D key as well. Sounds a little bit, a little frisky here with the 4 strokes and the D key, huh? Anyways, head indicator set, landing gear is down, nav lights will do as required. Alright, so we're IFR. Let's just turn them on. Why not? This plane has the nav lights connected to the, I guess, instrument lights as well, which is interesting, but it works, right? Alright, park brake release and brakes will test. Alright, so our oil temps rise in there. We'll bring our engine down a little bit while we request our IFR clearance. Alright, so today we're out in New Smyrna, so we'll listen to the weather first, pick up the ATIS code here. So the ATIS is 124.625, as I have here on my charts. Alright, so 124.625. So we'll listen to that together. Alright, so let's transfer that up.
RO sky conditions, scattered at 2,000 feet. Scattered at 5500 feet. Temperature 22. Dew point 22. Altimeter 29903. Density altitude 800 feet. Arriving and departing runways 25, 11, 20. Advise on initial contact you have information Oscar. New Smyrna Beach Municipal Airport, information Oscar.
Alright, that's awesome. So New Smyrna themselves is a class Delta airspace, so I don't think they give out IFR clearances, so we had to contact, we can try ground. Let's see if ground will give us an IFR clearance. So 121.325. 121.325. Alright, let's start off with a radio check, see if you can hear us. New Smyrna ground, November 024 Sierra Bravo, radio check.
November 024 Sierra Bravo, New Smyrna Beach ground, loud and clear.
Alright, he hears us. And New Smyrna ground, November 024 Sierra Bravo, would like to pick up IFR to St. Augustine. We have information Oscar on board.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Yeah, I need 1 second too to pull up my graph chart here. There we go. So as we wait on him, we'll just write in a few information.
4 Sierra Bravo, cleared to St. Augustine. Radar vectors KDED, then as filed. Climb and maintain 3000. Expect 350010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.35 squawk 5333. Expect runway 20.
Alright, cleared to St. Augustine via radar vectors and then KBBB. Climb to 3000, expect 3510 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 125.35 and squawk 5333, and we're expecting runway 20. 4 Sierra Bravo.
Four Sierra Bravo, read back correct.
Alright, so he wants his radar vectors and then KBBB. Where the hell is KBBB? Let's see. So let's see if we can find that. Let's go here. I don't know, it sounds like an airport. Let's see, I'm gonna just type it into our flight plan and see if anything comes up. So KBBB. Alright, so let's see where that's at, because I'm not even sure myself. I wasn't expecting to get that type of, oh shoot. I guess I'm gonna just call that a fluke because KBBB is all the way up here, so I'm gonna remove that. It's probably a fail here. It's kind of embarrassing. Alright, so actually let me look at the Santentions log to see. Oh, KDED is what he's at. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. To me it sounded like he said KBBB, but it's fine. So we're gonna climb to 3000. Departure is 125.35. Alright, so we're gonna leave that. 125.35 is already there, and then we're squawking 5333. Hit enter, and then we're gonna turn on altitude report mode. Alright, so we don't want an engine running for too long, so we're ready to taxi. I'm going to pull up my charts here. So KEVB, and we're coming out of FBL. We're taxiing at 2-0. So if I can pull up for flight here, it's a pretty simple taxi. It looks like we're going to be heading. Let me just pull up the chart here, guys. Give me a sec. Let's see, airport diagram. Alright. So just for a preface, just to brief ourselves, we're heading to runway 20. We're here. We're about around here. They're probably going to send us on Charlie and then over here, which is Bravo, to runway 20. Should be an easy taxi. That's kind of what we're expecting for our taxi, but it could be different. We don't want expectation bias here, so. But just to brief ourselves. Alright, so back to the sim, and taxi checklist is complete, and we'll call ground and let them know we're ready to taxi. New Smyrna ground, November 024 Sierra Bravo ready to taxi. We're coming out of FBO with information Oscar.
Four Sierra Bravo, taxi to runway 20 via Charlie Bravo.
Runway 20, taxi via Charlie Bravo, 4 Sierra Bravo. Just like I said, we're going to taxi via taxiway Charlie, which is to our right, and then Bravo. And we'll hold short runway 20 for departure. Alright, so I'm a tune tower, like to stay ahead of our airplane, not behind our airplane. So 119.675, and we'll just type that in there. Alright, so we're going to do a brake test. Always check your brakes. So parking brake release, and I'm going to put on the headphones, make it a little bit quieter here, and then we're going to test our brakes. Our brakes work fine, and we're out. Alright, let's get it. So we're going to taxi to the right here. Yep, taxi to the right here. This is Charlie that we're on now. Let's probably slow it down a little bit. And our Charlie will be right here along this taxi line. Sorry for the jank taxi. Probably not the best out of me, but it's fine as long as we're in the middle, right? Alright, so right now we're Charlie. First turn is not Charlie, it will be a different taxiway. Or Bravo, sorry. And then next turn right here should be Bravo. Well, it says Alpha here, but I guess the scenery sucks. So right now we're on Alpha. Just give me 1 second while I pull up my charts here. So we're gonna pull it out. And just give me 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second. So I want to make sure I'm at the right place. Yep. So I guess the scenery is just outdated. So yeah, we turn. It says Alpha, but we're on Bravo. There's no Alpha around here. Our Alpha's in the wrong spot. So Alpha is where Bravo should be, I believe. Alright, so we're not going to contact anyone yet. We're going to get our run-up done. So our run-up checklist, we're going to position into the wind. We can't right now. Fuel quantity will check. Fuel cycle is good. Make sure we go full ridge. And throttle will go to 2,000 RPM. So as we look here. Lovely A2A Comanche. I love it so much. Alright, so about 2,000 RPM. Engine instruments are in the green. All look good here. And we'll go over to our right magneto. Alright. Within limitations for our drop, go back to both. Should go back up to around 2,000. Alright, back to left. Within 100 of that one. Back to both. Alright, and after that, we'll cycle our prop about 3 times. So that's the first cycle. Looking for a rise in the manifold pressure, a drop in the RPM. Here it is. And back to both. or back to full. And then one more check. And back up to 2000 RPM. Well, now we'll check it after that. We'll do 1800 RPM. So let's pull it back a little bit. About good enough. So about 18, we're stable. We'll go back full. Alright, and now we'll check our carb heat. Should be a minor drop there. About 100 RPM. About 110 there. We're good though. Alright, and next we'll bring it back. I'll bring it back to about 12. I like to lean at 12. And look for the drop. Bring it back up to 12. Alright, now we'll idle at 100. Or 1000. Alright, so run up checklist is complete. Before takeoff checklist, so we'll do our flight controls check. Full right, you can see our elevator back there, our stabilizer back there moving. Our flight controls are to the right, and our right aileron is up. We're good. Down. And the rudder, we just tested. We know it works. Rudder trim is good. Doors latch, can't open. Flaps are as required. Fuel pump will turn on via my stream deck. Mixture, we'll go full rich. I'll wait for that when we go on the runway. Prop is full forward. Carb heat is off. Engine gauges are good. Fuel heat, do we need it? I don't believe so. It is 22 degrees Celsius. We're going up to 3,500. No, we're good. Alright, strobes are on, LED lights are on, and we're good to go. Alright, let's call up tower and request ready to go. And before we do that, 125.35. 125.35. Alright. New Smyrna Tower, 4 Sierra Bravo, holding short runway 20 on Bravo. Would like to request departure with information Oscar.
Four Sierra Bravo, runway 20, winds 175 at 8. Fly runway heading cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading clear for takeoff, 4 Sierra Bravo. Alright, so make sure we put it full in. We want to fly runway heading. Runway heading here at runway 20 is 201, so go prompt our throttle full. Airspeed is alive. Engine instruments are green. We'll put, so the Comanche likes to fly early, so we'll about lift her up here. Alright, and let's wait a little bit till our gear goes up, and we put our gear up. We have a positive rate of climb there. We're climbing. Love it here. Alright. So let's, don't like to put our head down while we're taking off, but takeoff's good climb. Fuel pump will go off, and then we'll adjust our power at about 1,000 feet. So we're at 500 feet now. We're climbing out about 105 knots, or miles per hour, as for the Comanche. Bring our head and bug around here.
Four Sierra Bravo, contact departure.
Contact departure, 4 Sierra Bravo. Alright, over to departure here. This is Daytona departure. Daytona departure, 4 Sierra Bravo, climbing through 1,100 on runway heading.
November 024 Sierra, Bravo, Daytona departure, radar contact. Turn right, heading 270, vectors to KDED, then own navigation.
Right, heading 270 vectors for, to the land, and then on nav, 4 Sierra Bravo. Alright, so start bringing our prop back. I like to climb out at about 23 squared is what they would call it. I don't fly a constant speed prop in the real world, so this is my first experience with them, so please bear me if it's wrong. Alright, so climbing through 2,000, we're golden, we're good. Probably could climb a little bit more, we have a lot of airspeed there. Let's zoom that in. I'm gonna just do autopilot master on so we can have some autopilot going here. So 2,200 is where we're at now. Remember, we're climbing, maintaining 3,000 here. 3,000. we can increase our climb rate here. Just trim it out. About 1,000. And sorry for the background noise. That's my dog. Alright, looking pretty good here. Probably do header mode. Actually, I want to turn that off. So we'll disconnect. Use some good judgment here and set our head and bug first before we engage the head and bug here. So about 270s right there. Now we'll engage some autopilot. So we're climbing through almost 3,000 here. So I'm going to engage the autopilot. I'm going to lead it on that way. We have a good level off here instead of an abrupt just drop. Alright, so we'll level off here and I'll enable it. Alright, so we're golden. Alright, so we have it yelling at us here. Let's see what it wants us to do. It wants us down trim, so we'll give it some down trim. Nice flight through the clouds here. Alright. Alright, so cruise checklist, throttle set, prop is set, mixture, it's yelling at us again. Want some more down trim. We'll give it. Alright, fuel pump should be off. Just turned it off. Mixture will lean as required. I like to use the engine and this system right here to lean, so we can try it out. So we'll just start to slowly come back. We're looking for a peak on one of our cylinders, so keep our head out the cockpit while we go through these clouds. Alright, so I'm still leaning to make sure if you'll see down there. So lean it, so we'll start to go back in slightly. Sorry, my dog's playing in the background. Sorry about that. Alright.
4 Sierra Bravo, expect the RNAV runway 13 approach into St. Augustine.
Expect the RNAV 13 approach into St. Augustine, 4 Sierra Bravo. Alright, so manifold pressure go up. So about 60, within 15 is fine. It's going to keep rising, it's going to keep going down. Right now we're at 13.1 gallons per hour. 13.2, and I want to be a little higher here. I want to be a little bit lower, I want to be about 12, so I'll just keep leaning out a little bit. 12.7 is fine, so we're getting bumped around in the clouds right now. So we're full IMC, and we know what approach to expect, so we're going to come here and load it. Alright, give me a sec. So procedure, approach, and then he said RNAV 13. And for right now, I'm going to just leave it as vectors, or let me pull up the final approach fix for that. It's our initial approach fix. So we want RNAV runway 13. So initial approach fix is Tunju, I guess is how you say it. So we'll set that, and of course it's not here. Nice. Alright, so I guess we'll just do vectors. So initial approach fix. Let's see, so maybe our final approach fix. No, it's not here. That's weird. So I guess we do vectors. We'll just load the approach, and we're not going to activate it as of yet. When it's playing, you have to be really on top of your stuff, especially when you're using autopilot in IMC like this, because autopilot is not really what we're used to. I'm not going to say it's not the best. It works. It's an autopilot, but it's not what I'm used to. Put on some noise cancellation there. All right. Fuel pressure's good. That's good. Everything's good right now. Getting ready to start briefing our approach. Sounds like we're going really fast here, so I'm gonna pull back some manifold pressure. We're gonna go to 22 squared. So let's go to 22 squared. I'm not going by the charts right now. I haven't had the time to look at them in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting the gallons per hour that I want, which is about 12 or less than 12, even better. And yeah, so next thing we can do is we can start staying ahead of our aircraft, so we can tune in our ADAs here. So let's see, 119.625. 119.625 is our weather for St. Augustine. Make sure 119.625. Yep, correct. And I want to see where ATC is taking us, because it kind of looks like they're flying us out this way. I'm sure he's supposed to give us a vector towards the land. Vectors to KDED. Let's see, I'm gonna ask for direct. Departure November 024 Sierra Bravo, request direct to KDED.
For Sierra Bravo, direct to KDED approved. Proceed direct.
Proceed direct to KDED for Sierra Bravo.
For Sierra Bravo, direct to KDED approved. Proceed direct.
Guess he didn't get me the first time. Proceed direct for Sierra Bravo. Alright, so this is not your traditional autopilot. Sometimes you have to help it out. It's not really good with 90-degree turns. So I'm helping it out here to start the initial turn, and then I can kind of put it on the high track now to see if.
For Sierra Bravo, contact Orlando. Approach on 119.775.
119.775. 4 Sierra Bravo. It automatically types it in. I don't think I had that set up, but it's fine. Alright, so we're going to aviate and navigate, then communicate. So we kind of see it's not doing what I want it to do. Probably because it's not set to the right CDI here. It should be on GPS. Kind of falling apart here, man. Kind of falling apart. Should be paying more attention to what I'm doing. Alright, so we're going to put on the high track. And then we're going to aviate, navigate, communicate. So Orlando approach November 024 Sierra Bravo, heading direct to KDED at 3,000 feet.
November 024 Sierra Bravo, Orlando approach, good afternoon, altimeter 29er.904.
29er.904, 4 Sierra Bravo. We're about there. 29er.9. Yeah, we're kind of already there. 29er.4. So yeah, we're good. All right, so now we're just cruising along, man. That's all that's really here to look at. We can look at Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. Really coming along here. It's only really good for IFR flying right now. It's not the best for airline stuff, so that's why I still have 2020. But I like flying the Comanche in 24 because of the physics. It's really nice physics that they have going here. And yeah, all right, so make sure our plane's doing what it's supposed to do. Altimeter set good. Engine instruments are good. EGTs, CHTs are good. EGTs are about over 14. A little high, but it's fine. Manifold pressure we have set. Give it a blast of some carb. Oh, oops, that's the primer. Carb heat. Yeah, should be good. Alright, so we know which approach we're going to get. So now we should start probably briefing that approach. One sec while I pull it up on this other screen here. Let's see, we're looking for the RNAV, GPS, runway. 13. up for you guys. Alright, so today
4 Sierra Bravo, contact Daytona approach on 118.85.
118.85 for Sierra Bravo. I wonder why it's automatically tuning my frequencies there. Daytona approach, November 024 Sierra Bravo. We're level at 3,000.
November 024 Sierra. Bravo, Daytona approach, good afternoon. D-land altimeter 29.94.
2994 for Sierra Bravo. Alright, so back to what I was doing.
4 Sierra Bravo, D-land altimeter 29.94.
29.94 for Sierra Bravo. For some reason he's not picking up my voice. Alright, so back to what I was doing. Let's go back over here to our chart. Pull that back up. As they leave us alone, please. Alright, so today we're doing the RNAV GPS runway 13 into St. Augustine. Our approach course inbound is 130 degrees. Runway landing distance is 6,144 feet. Touchdown in airport elevation zone is 10 feet. Alright, so we'll take a look at the notes. Just quickly read them to see if anything here applies to us. So if we don't have the local altimeter setting, we'll use Jacksonville's altimeter setting, increase DAs by 57 feet and all MDAs by 60 feet. Increase LPV, which is not us, we're LNAV. And LNAV, cat C, circling, blah, 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 circling, we're not circling, and okay. Alright, so let's take a look here at our chart. Probably be vectored into a final approach fix, our initial approach fix, sorry about that. And we'll turn here. Come inbound. If we have to do a course reversal, we will do a course reversal to proceed inbound, heading 130. Once we get to Tunju, I guess is what you would call it, we should be no lower than 2,000 feet, and procedure turn is not available, so they'll probably vector us in there. We should be at or above 2,000 feet. After passing and being cleared for the approach, we can descend down to no lower than 1,600 feet, where we pick up our final approach fix. We're not LPV in the real world. The planes that I've flown were capable of LPV, but in this Comanche, we're LNAV. We don't have the equipment for LPV. So our final approach fix will be this Maltese cross, is what they call it. After Uzu, I don't know, however you say this, we are cleared to proceed down to our MDA today, which will be 460 feet. Once we hit our MDA, if we have our runway in sight, we can land. If we don't have any sight, we'll go miss. The initial approach instructions is climb out to 2,000 and we'll hold at the Utica intersection, and that's only if we don't get ATC vectors. Again, minimums is 460 feet. We approach category A or B, and that should be it for our briefing. I guess once we're able to land, we're landing runway 13. We'll taxi off, and we're going to park today at, let's see what FBO we're heading to. We can head to Atlantic FBO for today. Yeah, we'll head up to Atlantic Aviation. Alright. Alright, yeah, Atlantic Aviation, which is off of taxiway Bravo 3. I'm trying to just get my bearings together before we get there. So yeah, Bravo 3. So I'll probably exit off to the right, probably by Bravo 1 or 2, and then taxi Bravo 3, and then we'll be straight ahead to that'll be our right, will be Atlantic Aviation. That should be it for our briefing. Our runway approach lights, we have we have the HIRL lighting system, and we have our pilot control lighting there as well. Alright, that's it for our briefing. Alright, so we'll come back to the cockpit, make sure we're not barreling towards the earth right now. Alright, we're not, we're good. We're doing good. Alright, so we're heading to Flagler right now. Yep, we're doing good. So probably about right here is probably where I'll probably speed up it until we get to something that's good to see. talk to you soon.
Easy, baby. 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 Easy, baby.
Alright, so I would say that we're about back now. Alright, so looks like ATC
4 Sierra Bravo. Proceed direct Uduzo. Cleared for the RNAV runway 13 approach.
cleared direct Uduzo, cleared for the RNAV 13 approach, 4 Sierra Bravo. Alright, so as I was interrupted there, we're cleared direct Uduzo and we're cleared for the approach. So we're gonna go direct to Uduzo here, and we're going to start our descent right about now. I'm gonna give a blast of carb heat because it's probably needing it. Approach, that's good. Mixture, we'll do rich. So mixture, we'll go full rich here. Prop, we'll slowly creep them up. Actually, I'm gonna bring manifold back for now. And we're gonna start our descent. So our altitude engage. So I want to start pretty heavy descent from here. So we're gonna start. Probably just flash clued our cylinders there, but it's fine. So about 500 feet per minute. It's 1,000. Okay, so we're heavy IMC right now, so we want to somehow keep our wings level. We're gonna go in a bit. We're tracking direct to Uduzo, and we need to descend now. So we're climbing. I'm gonna bring back this RPM as well to get a descent going. I want to be at higher than 1,600, but I want to be on profile, so I want to go down to 1,600 here. I want to be at 1,600. I want to intercept from there. Hopefully be visual. Probably not. And let's actually make sure that we're descending. Alright, so let's push the nose over. Bring back our manifold. about 1500 RPM here. Alright, so yeah, we're descending pretty heavily right here. About 1,500 feet. Tower will be, so next we're probably going to tower, which is 127.625. 127.625. Alright, we're sitting about 500 feet per minute. Passing through 2,000, I believe 300. And 2,200 coming up here. 2,000. Alright, so now we're getting to where we want to be. So
4 Sierra Bravo, contact St. Augustine Tower on 127.625.
127.625, 4 Sierra Bravo. Alright, so we're 1,700. Passing now, and then we're going to start to level off. So we're going to bring that prop full forward there. That's where we want to. And we want to maintain 1,600. So I'm gonna just engage autopilot there. I'm gonna bring our prop back a little bit. I want to slow us down here to about around 120 miles per hour. So I'm just bring back stuff here. I'm gonna disengage the autopilot here. Just fly this in myself. It's a lot easier doing it that way. Alright, so let's disengage the autopilot. I'm just turn off the autopilot master. Quick way to disengage, right? Alright, so let's trim her out. She just seems about trimmed out there. So bring up our, just drop here. Essentially what I'm doing here, so with a higher RPM, lower manifold pressure. So we have the runway in sight. And we're supposed to contact tower, I believe. So let's go over to tower. St. Augustine Tower, 4 Sierra Bravo. We're about 1,500 on the RNAV, runway 13.
November 024 Sierra Bravo, St. Augustine Tower, winds 165 at 13, runway 13, cleared to land.
Runway 13, clear to land, 4 Sierra Bravo. Alright, so we're visual. I'm going to continue going visual here. So let's make sure we're running our checklist. So fuel pump will go on. That's good. Landing lights. So I'm going to start slow us up. So I'm going to just pretty much drop our manifold. We're going to full prop. It's probably going to like extendo up there. And then we're just going to drop our power. I might get a horn, but I want to slow us down here. So within the green arc, we go flaps 1 and I'll go gear down here. So let's get back in line with our CDI here. Even though we're visual, it's still good measure to follow your instruments down. And we're high, so let's get a good descent going in here. Love A2A's physics here. It kind of bounces around like it does in a rear load. So we're gonna go flaps 2 here. Mixture's full, props full, lights are on, fuel pump's on, and yeah, we're clear to land. Just keep our descent coming down. We're high, so I'm gonna just go power idle here, and then trim kind of up a little bit. I don't want to descend too fast. I'm gonna add some up trim. We'll go about 1,000 feet. Right now we're about 2 miles out, but we're high. We're still 100 knots where we're supposed to be, so make sure we're not cooling our engine too low there. So let's get it. I want to shot cool our engine. So I see 2 reds, 2 whites, so we'll continue in. Right about at this descent rate, about 500 feet should get us where we want to be. Our minimum is 460. Passing through 600. We are visual. Minimums doesn't really matter. So we're passing through 500 now. have a little crosswind coming from our right hand side here. Let's see if we can get a wind check. Wind check. Pass to our minimums.
4 Sierra Bravo, roger.
Guess he didn't understand what I said. Wind check. I guess he doesn't understand wind check. Usually they do it, but I guess not this time. Alright, we're still high. So, Comanche likes to float. We're gonna pull our power. See? Back on glide right there. And we'll add our power back in. Probably a little aggressive there, but that's fine. We have that right. You can see our crosswind. We're veining. We're crabbing into the wind there. Yeah, coming from our right hand side. So, yeah, we're crabbing and our ground track's good. So, right now I'm gonna just shut up and focus on the landing. So, keep our nose down. We're gonna pull our power. Come in towards the numbers. We're gonna unvein ourselves here. I'm gonna flare. Kind of floated it. And I'm gonna put her right down. We're floating it. It's fine now. Put her right down. There we go on the right wheel. And we'll go right aileron. Can make this exit right here.
4 Sierra Bravo, welcome to St. Augustine. Contact ground on 121.175.
121.175, 4 Sierra Bravo. I'm gonna pull up here. 121.175. They already set it there. So make sure our tail is past that whole short line. So for first things first, I'm gonna lean our mixture. Alright, got our fuel pump lights, strobe lights off. I'm gonna set a parking brake for right now. Flaps can go up. It's a little lag there, huh? Flaps are up, strobes off, fuel pumps off, mixtures lean, and trim will do as neutral. Alright, so right now the scenery is a little off. It says that we're on Foxtrot. I doubt that's true. I think we're on Bravo. I'm going to follow this chart right here. We're just going to basically taxi straight ahead into our ramp here. So just taxi straight ahead and then probably into our FBO ramps over here. St. Augustine, ground November 024 Sierra Bravo. We exited runway 13 on Bravo. Request taxi to the FBO.
Sierra Bravo, taxi to general aviation parking via Bravo 2, Bravo 3. Have a great day.
Taxi via Bravo 2, Bravo 3, 4 Sierra Bravo. So just like I said, Bravo 3 goes taxi straight ahead. Let's pull that off. Ooh, it's really laggy here. Not sure why that's happening here. Alright, let's see if it recovers itself. Yeah, there we are. I don't know why that happened. Sorry about that. So Bravo 3, so follow our charts here. Probably slow her down a bit too. We're going really fast. Sorry, I don't have any scenery here. I mean, there's no scenery available. Hence the taxi lights in the middle of the taxiway and stuff. But that's just Microsoft, not really an issue that I cause here. And it kind of looks like the scenery is like, okay, yeah, so we're gonna go over here. It looks like general aviation is over here. Alright, looks like we have a plane over here, buddy, that we can call. See if I can pull her in here. Seems like a pretty decent fly. A little floaty on landing there. I'm still not used to landing this plane. Still learning how to land it. It is what it is at the end of the day. We got here safe, and that's all that matters. Nice little IFR flight going here. Not really hard IFR, but it's IFR. nonetheless. Thank everyone for watching. If you are watching, if anyone watches at all, it's going to be probably a pretty long video. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you come back for more, and I hope I make more. Yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm going to shut down the engine due to a post-flight and enjoy the music from here.
Baby.